everyone, and welcome to my new channel, Weenie Gaming. And people who are from MTG know what a white weenie is. If you're coming here from World of Warcraft, then you can easily just search it up. But what I can just tell you right now, and it's mainly just a white deck which has all the planes right here, and it has creatures that are cheap to cast. My bad. So you can just keep putting out the creatures as many times as possible, and then here are some spells that you could pretty much choose from. And what you're looking at right now actually is a white weenie deck that's on a budget. So if you're like me, you want a really good deck, but you don't want to spend a lot of money to actually do what you love to do, which is play Magic the Gathering. Or if you're new to the game and you want to start playing, then this could be a good one. Or you could buy an intro box, which I have. I actually have the Selesnya. I probably said that wrong. Sorry. And yeah, I would do one of those. So let's get started. This is the first review on my channel, and this is a white weenie budget deck that you can get for probably in around under $30. And I just put this together. Never even tested it out yet, so I'm gonna test it out with you guys right now. And if you guys are wondering what I'm actually using to do all of this, then all you have to do is go onto your browser and type in mtgdeckbuilder.net, and then you can do what I'm doing. And then you could also, if you want, download the my deck, which I posted publicly. So all I have to do is just type this in when it's on the search, and then you will find this deck and everything. So this is pretty good, and I know people who are wondering, oh, why do I only have 14 sideboard? Well, I don't really think you're actually going to need the sideboard, but if you do, then you could either put some of these in. If you need to pause, you could just pause. And so you most likely aren't going to actually use the sideboard because they are filled with instant sorceries, artifacts, and enchantments. So I don't think you're going to need to use them, but if you do, you could just switch them in for these if you would like to. So let's get started. So first we have the creature which is the Boros Elite, and Battalion, so whenever Boros Elite and at least 2 other creatures attack, Boros Elite gets +2/+2 until end of turn. It's a 1/1 creature. You couldn't go wrong, really. So, because it's a 1 mana cost, and you get +2/+2 another creature if the Boros Elite and another creature attack at the same time. So that's really good for cheap mana cost, and you have 4 of those. And then now here, it's now right here. Ooh, I'm sorry about that. So right here, if it's kind of white and green, so if you want, or if you have, you can put it into a green deck, and then if you would like to, you could either put it into this one, or if you have it in this one and you're building a green deck, you could just move it to there, whatever it is you want. So let's get started on this one. If an instant or sorcery card would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. So say I use a instant or sorcery on you, and you have Dyred Militant on your battlefield, then instead of me putting it back into my graveyard, so I won't be able to use it, you exile it so it can never be used in the game, even if I have a card that says that I could grab a card from my graveyard. So this is pretty good, and it's 1 mana cost, and it's 2/1 creature. That's pretty good. Here's Banisher Priest. I personally have this one, and you find it's really cheap. I think I've bought mine for 28 cents, and that's just for 1. And what it does is, when Banisher Priest enters the battlefield, exile target creature and opponent controls until Banisher Priest leaves the field. So, say they have a card that's really powerful, and you just want to get it off of the field really fast. So you put down Banisher Priest, and you can exile it, but when they kill Banisher Priest, then it'll come back. So that's pretty good. And you get 4 of those too. Same thing with the Dryden Militant. So imposing sovereign creatures creatures your opponent controls enter the battlefield tapped. So you put this card into the battlefield, and when you put that into the battlefield, the creatures that are on your opponent's battlefield, like on the opponent's put down, instead of them getting untapped, they'll get tapped, so they won't be able to use them until the next time on their next untapping stage. We have Loyal Pegasus down here. Let me just move this down. So Loyal Pegasus is a flying creature. It's a 2/1 creature. So Loyal Pegasus can't attack or block alone. So if you're going to block or attack, then you can only attack with either Loyal Pegasus and another card, because or else then you won't be able to attack or block. But he is a flying creature, so that's really good since a lot of cards can't really block flying. Let's scroll down. So, so sorry if I messed up this name. Precinct Captain. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. So first strike. So as soon as you put him down, bam, you can deal 2 damage. So then, whenever Precinct Captain deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 white soldier creature token onto the battlefield. If you don't have a white creature token, what I usually do is I just grab a different card and put it onto the battlefield, or I grab a die and put it onto the 1. So then I know that it's at least something that has 1 in it. So then I can look at my cards and I can do that instead of buying tokens. Or if you got this from a booster pack, then it'll automatically come with a token. So now here's the Soldier of the Pantheon. Protection from multicolored. Whenever an opponent casts a multicolored spell, you gain 1 life. So this is a really good card. So say a card is multicolored. Let me just scroll up. Multicolored like this up here, or okay, I don't have a card here, or it has more. I don't believe this is one. I believe it's when you have a card that costs like red and blue. That's multicolor. So if you have that, then he can't be attacked by them, and if they cast a spell that is multicolored, then you gain 1 life back. That's really good for 1 mana. And then the last creature is Judge's Familiar, and it's a flying creature. Sacrifice Judge's Familiar, counter target instant or sorcery spell unless its controller pays 1. So say you have a... sorry again. Things keep popping up, I'm sorry. So say that... sorry, I had to figure out where I was at. Okay. So say that you have a spell that your opponent used on you, and it could really change the game. And you notice that they don't even have another mana left after they've done their turn, which is when they're attacking. And then so if they don't have enough to pay for it, then you counter their spell no matter what it is. So that's just really good. Okay, now on to the spells. Fortify. Choose one. Okay. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn, or creatures you control get +0/+2 until end of turn. So this is really good if you have like a 1/1 creature like Boros Elite. Then you can easily just make it a 3/3. Oh, I mean, sorry, a 3/1 or a 1/3. And then plus Boros Soldier has a +2/+2, so you can make this card have a 3 or like 3/1 or 1/3. And you can make another card like this one have a 4/2 or something like that. That's really good. Brave the Elements is choose a color. White creatures you control gain protection from their chosen color until end of turn. Now this is a great card if your opponent's playing a mono deck, like a mono black, like my friend usually plays, then this would be really good. I'm very sorry. This is... Okay, I'm very sorry. That pops up one more time, then I'll try to fix it. before I go on. Okay, so my friend usually plays with the black mono deck, and so if I chose a color with black, then white creatures that I have, which is pretty much all of them, uh, then I gain protection from all of them until the end of my turn. That's really good. So here's all the planes, and we'll just use the sideboard to board defenses. Populate. Creatures you control are indestructible this turn, so they cannot be killed at all. And to populate, just put a token into the battlefield that's a copy of a creature token you control. Damage and effects that say destroy don't destroy indestructible creatures. Okay. So I have this card in my Selesnya deck, and it is really good. Since what the Selesnya deck is mainly just to bump out tokens as fast as possible. This is really good for that too, if you want to move to that side. So now next is to revoke existence. Exile target artifact or enchantment. So if your opponent has a artifact on the field or an enchantment, then you can just exile it and you won't be able to use it for the rest of the game. Pithing Needle. As Pithing Needle enters the battlefield, name a card. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated until their mana abilities. So I assume what this card is trying to do is when it enters the battlefield, you name a card that you have, and when you name the card, whatever its abilities are, you can activate them as long as you have enough mana. So that's really good. Pacifism is an enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. So you can put it onto your opponent's creature, and then that creature can attack or block. So that's just really good. So Glare of Heresy is a sorcery, and it's exile target white permanent. So if your opponent is also running a white deck, then or whites and blue or something like that, then you can exile the target white permanent, and that could be like a land, it could be a creature, enchantment, depending on enchantment and artifact. Celestial Flare. Target player sacrifices an attacking or blocking creature. So if you're playing in a group of 4, let's just say, then you could say to someone, when you put this down, that is, okay, I choose you, and that person has to sacrifice an attacking or blocking creature. So those things are like a 3/1, and then blocking is like a 1/5, I would say. So that's really good. And since we went through all the cards, we will now test it out. Now what I like about this is that you can actually test it out like this. You click it, then here's the decks, library, graveyard, exiled, new game. Then, so this is what we're usually going to get. This is what I usually test it for. Okay, so we had a pretty good start. So I can put this down instantly, and then put that down right off the bat. Okay, say another person goes, you move this one. Oh look, we have another land. So put land there. And then we could put out Pegasus. And just put it next turn. Yeah, Banisher Priest. Then put down this first though. And that's 3 because this has the colorless one. So you can put Banisher Priest on. Let's just say, I don't know, against the situation that you want. So then protection. So I see this is a really good deck. But let's just see if we can get something like this again, just so it's not a one-trick pony. So okay, we have a lot of planes in this one. So we have a lot of lands. So next turn. Okay. Next turn. Put that down. Let's just say you want to gain protection from that. And put this down. So yeah, it's a really good card. It's a really good deck, my man. So yeah, if you guys would like to actually look at a closer deck, look at this deck closely, more closer than I just did, then you can just look at it from this website, mtgdeckbuilder.net, and find it, and what it is going to be. I might even put it into the description down below. And what that is you can just type in whatever I named it. I named it White Weenie Gaming. That's the name of the deck. And if you guys would like me to do some reviews of your decks, then I'm very sorry. I'm almost done this video anyway, so I'll change this. I promise for the next time it will not happen again. because this is the first time I'm actually doing this, and of course it's when I'm recording. Sorry about that. So if you guys would like me to review your decks or something like that, or you want to take apart this deck and add some more, like take out some creatures and add some more, and they think would be better for it, then let me know. And you can either send that to me through YouTube, like private messaging, Google Plus, and my Twitter. And my Twitter's gonna be linked down below, also in the description. And so World of Warcraft, that is going to be starting most likely next Thursday. I'm gonna try to push it out next Thursday. And if not on Thursday, then I'll have it out by Friday. I promise. I just need to get everything sorted out again. Just make sure that problems like the Windows problem doesn't happen again. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. I hope you